All right, so for the Tundra today, we got the SDHQ battery terminal upgrade. I hate electrical stuff, so we'll see how this goes for me. So my battery terminal cables are or the ends on the terminal cables are corroded, so I'll show you that in a bit. But let's get this assembled. All right, so we got our positive and our negative. We have all the bolts here. I lined them up just so that I kind of know what I'm dealing with. And also got the battery terminal covers and this little post I think that we may or may not use, but that's what we were working with. All right, so I mocked up the positive side. This square bolt is gonna go right down here. With this hex bolt or hex nut with the rounded edge. That's going to go on this side. Then you have your long 3/8 bolt with a washer on each side, like that. Then you have another shorter 3/8 inch bolt with its own washer, like that. And then you have these quarter inch ones that go off the back here, like this one, and they give you some extra bolts. And yeah, that's how it should be mocked up. Now we're gonna move on to disassembling our original terminal cables. So here's my battery. Obviously we got some corrosion going on here. This terminal actually doesn't even tighten down anymore, and it's like really loose, as you can tell right there. So I'm gonna start disassembling all the wires that go here, same with the positive side, and clean this up and use our new battery posts. So I put a paper towel over the terminal just to, kind of protect it. So here it is. It's pretty corroded. This thing wasn't turning anymore. You could see all the material was already taken out of that. And that's as far as it was going to clamp. So this needed to be replaced. On this end, this is from my compressor. This is the main terminal negative. And then this is the grounding negative, I guess, from the one that goes to the fender or the body of the truck. So we're gonna put some crimps on these guys and put the new terminal block and see if that works. All right, so we have a host of things that we're gonna try to use. We have these for the battery cable ends. I have these guys as well for these other two loose ends. The way we're gonna crimp them is with this. This thing is like a block that lifts up here like that, crimps down, and then you use a hammer to kind of crimp the ends together. Have this maybe hopefully to heat shrink wrap that little piece, and then we got our heat gun. So let's get to work. So I just started grabbing the pliers and pulling the ends here as straight as possible. I kept pulling in an upward motion, and the ones that broke off, they broke off, but the other ones, they stayed, which is good. And it made it nice and straight. So now I'm gonna do my best to twist that up and be able to get that into our end right there. So I cut back as much of this wire as I could and then put this on there. So now it's time to put it in this little block right here and crimp it down, which I think is going to be kind of a challenge, but let me put this down and show you what the setup looks like. Yeah, so we got a bit of a guillotine type of mechanism going on here. Gonna hit it with the hammer and see if we can get a good crimp on that. All right, not quite how I wanted it to crimp, but still made a pretty decent one. Just did some tape on there for now. So moving on to this guy, and then we'll bring the battery terminal block over. All right, clean this area because I wanted to work with a clean environment. Here's our negative battery terminal. I'm gonna probably put this towards the inside like this, just because that seems like a better fit. But I think I will turn this bolt around so that I can get to it on this side towards the front of the truck. All right, so here's what we got. We got our terminal cable hooked up top. That's actually why it comes with the second bolt, because the first bolt is a 3/8 and this is a 1/4, I think. And the hole for this cramped end that I added is only a hole for 1/4 inch bolt. So if I wanted to make it bigger, I would have to drill it, but there's not a lot of space here, so that's what it's going to be. And then I connected my grounding wire here, and then this is to my compressor. So I just need to test that stuff to make sure everything's going good, and then we can move on to the positive side. So the positive side was a lot easier. I had this type of post, so we're just going to be able to clean this side up and put the other block on, and we're good. And there it is, guys, all cleaned up. We have these protective covers for the positive and negative sides, but the orientation of the wires that I had doesn't allow for this, so I guess it's just going to stay uncovered. But if that was helpful, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Instagram page, Dr. Omiz, that's Dr_Omiz, and the Dirtbag Garage on Instagram.